German and American officials will on Monday meet to discuss internet surveillance allegations, with a German government spokesman saying the talks would be immediate and intense. The leaks by whistleblower Edward Snowden have caused popular outrage in Germany, where mass surveillance is a particularly sensitive topic. Henning Meyer is a senior visiting fellow at the LSE's Global Policy Institute.
Especially in the eastern part, you have the history of the Stasi and all of that. So privacy is a quite delicate matter in general in Germany. The idea was, if there was spying taking place, it would be guided towards specific targets and not what is now being alleged 500 million private communications a month. That has seriously shocked the German population and outraged them. They also now ask from the political class to do something against it.
Meyer says German officials first want to find out the facts about the extent of the snooping, which is said to have been concentrating on southwestern Germany and in particular the city of Frankfurt, Germany's financial centre.
Well, this suggests, obviously it's got nothing to do with terrorism. This suggests it's economic espionage.
But the European Commission has already warned that European companies may abandon American internet service providers over data security fears. Henning Meyer again.
Given, the rise of cloud computing and global companies that are effectively US companies like Facebook and Google, where are the servers? You could, for instance, also think about, I think that was even discussed in Brussels already, that you force Facebook and Google, for the European clients to retain their servers exclusively in Europe. So the question is, if you want to put an end to this, there's only two ways. Either, you globalize the law on this, which will not be possible, or you renationalize to an extent part of this infrastructure.
Germany's own secret service, the Bundesnachrichtendienst, is now facing questions about what it knew about the scale of eavesdropping activities on German citizens. Meanwhile, in France, where the reaction to Snowden's leaks has been more muted, the French newspaper Le Monde this week revealed what it said was France's own mass surveillance program. The newspaper described it as France's big brother and said it was thought to be the biggest information harvesting program in Europe after the British eavesdropping operation. Eric Albert is the London correspondent for Le Monde.
It is basically a huge database of what they call metadata, which is who calls who, what email is sent to who. You don't have access to the content of the phone call or the content of the email, but you can know what exchange has been done, and for emails you can even see what the subject is. All those exchanges, whether it's mobile phone, whether it's landlines, whether it's emails or electronic devices, are then stored in huge servers on 3 floors in the middle of Paris, actually, in the intelligence services headquarters. And there's a supercalculator there, one of the most powerful, after the UK, one of the most powerful in Europe.
But Albert said the revelations had sparked less popular anger in France than in Germany.
Maybe surprisingly, it's mostly a very Gallic shrug, really, which is, well, the intelligence services are doing intelligence, aren't they? So they are surveilling. That's not a massive discovery. I mean, we don't live in La La Land, and that's not a massive surprise. Nevertheless, there is a bit of concern that it's been going on a fairly wide scale. Not only the intelligence services have had access to that, but those data have been shared with other agencies, including the police, including the customs. So how far can you actually share those? Should we ask the parliamentary committee to supervise it? I mean, there are real serious questions being asked.
Le Monde's Albert said the existence of the French snooping project was the reason for France's muted official reaction to Snowden's revelations.
François Hollande from the beginning knew that France was doing something very similar, knew that the UK was doing something very similar.
Meanwhile, France has apologized for blocking access to its airspace to Bolivia's President Evo Morales earlier this week over suspicions Snowden could be on board. Earlier today, Spain's foreign minister said that his government had been told Snowden was on the flight, but he would not say where the information came from.